We got about 5 minutes left, and then we got a hard stop. But at least wanted to say hi. I don't think we've seen you on before, and I saw that you had a really interesting dream. We don't have time for, but you had one with Barack Obama, AOC, and an unknown person, and then another one with Robin Bullock, Amanda Grace, and Timothy Dixon. I'd love to send
I
those.
sent you, let's see. Well, I should say I'm getting ready to send you the one that's all topped up that you can read.
Okay.
That has Robin and Timothy and Amanda in it.
Okay.
But the one with Barack was really short.
Okay.
Have you
Go
ever
ahead.
seen an interrogation room, like on a TV show or whatever?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's dark, and my face is like one of the cameras that might be sitting in a corner, and I'm looking in, and what I'm seeing is a person sitting in a chair, but I don't know who that person is. I'm blocked off from it. Now Barack is standing in front of this person, and he's got his. If you can see me kind of standing where I'm kind of bending over like this and just kind of looking. Okay, that's the way he is. And all he says is, "What did you tell them?" And then there's a pause. And then I hear AOC say, and she's really mad and firm and just says, and she's kind of standing behind him and she just says, and this is when I know the gender of the person sitting in the chair, because she says, well, let's just dump her body in the snow. And then that's it. I wake up.
Interesting. Neil, that's all you, man.
So, I mean, both of them are basically, they deal with, well, that one deals with some type of political thing. I mean, in my view, and the other one does too. So, and what's funny is prior to the fall of 2019, I've never had anything. Visions, dreams, nothing. After that, I've had at least 4 or 5.
Okay.
The interrogation room is obviously it's a place to get information out of people in a fairly not so nice way. You, on the other hand, have a seer's vision from the corner ceiling, I assume, where a camera would be up in one of the corners, that you can see everything in the room. Is that right?
Yeah. Except I'm not. It's at an angle where I can't make out who that person is. Even though I heard a woman, I still didn't get a look at her face.
Okay. Yeah, this goes back to the King of Aram. When he was trying to attack the King of Israel. I think I do this story every single show, but King of Aram was frustrated every time he attacks the King of Israel, because he knows what he's doing, and King of Israel goes left and he goes right, and the guy just can't catch him, can't kill him, can't do anything with him. And finally he gets so frustrated, he says, who's the treasonous one? Who's the traitor in my camp? And one of his staff says, nobody. It's this guy over there. His name is Elisha. He can hear you as if he's in your chamber, in your bed chamber. And he knows, and he tells the King of Israel, and they know what you're doing. You're given a view kind of similar to what Elisha was given into this room. You were looking into an interrogation room, not a bed chamber, but you're seeing the inner workings of something really nefarious going on in our government. And you have Barack Obama, who is not an interrogator. Last time I checked, he was the president of the United States, but in this case, he's playing the role of somebody who's interrogating the woman sitting in the chair. Could be anybody. I think we know who it is, but could be anybody. But the one he's linked to is AOC. And the question that Barack asks is, what did you tell him? Obviously, it was something that would potentially be damaging against him and the other woman, AOC, in the room. And so AOC gets frustrated. It's like, this is justice now. This is the court. This is the new courtroom, an interrogation room. Let's just dump her in the body. That's justice for you today. I think it's an indictment of the government and what's going on. That the people who are running the government aren't who we think they are, and their method of operating is kind of, it's not very nice. You know, there's no due process. It's just put them in the chair, and if they don't answer your questions, dump her body in the snow. Which means,
Well, I guess when you said Elisha, I guess my thought would be, was I seeing that more as to try and figure something out, or was it more, or was that me seeing that more of a God saying to me, this is a gift that I've given you? Or is it more of a, well, I'm just going to tell it to someone and try and get an interpretation of it, even though my mind can start to put things together? Is he what is he showing it for me for? Is he showing it to show me that I've given you a gift of this, or just, I mean,
I'm not an either or person. I think the answer is yes, all the above. It's a gift that he's given to you. There's the gifts and the callings are irrevocable. This gift is for you and will stay with you your entire life, and use it to his glory. I mean, he's giving you, this is kind of like practice session for you. You know, this is.
so is this one came before the one that I'm going to send you, John, which is more detailed and longer. So is this sort of, when you say that, is this sort of a, like, I'm going to see what you do with this, and if you're moving in the right direction, then I can take it now that, wow, you really showed me something really vivid on this last dream that was in May. I mean, really vivid.
God entrusts us.
I think God is sharing with you that you have a seer gift, and that he wants to tell you about things going on in the political realm and on the national level. And so you're dreaming about people. A lot of times people dream about people that they're representing they're a symbol. It's not necessarily them. And so it takes a level of discernment, particularly when it's related to political figures. There's a lot of people that have political dreams, and they get on YouTube and they want to share them. And it's probably not the best thing to do unless they have an interpretation where they can say, here's the encouraging word that God is sharing along with this dream, because otherwise they can just end up slandering somebody or kind of passing judgment in the name of God on somebody else and saying, well, this is this and this is that. And so there's a lot of time there's discernment without knowledge or wisdom. And so I think what God is doing is since you haven't dreamt for years and years and years, I think what God is doing is he's showing you that you have a seer gift, and he wants to trust you with things on a national scale. And so I think the idea that you're coming on the show, that you're seeking out interpretation, that you may consider wanting to be trained in interpretation. We have a group of people in the spiritual intelligence service that look at this kind of stuff all day long. We look at political stuff, governments, national security type dreams, military dreams, dreams of war, dreams of the justice system. This is the kind of stuff that we're training people for. We're not just training people in like a simple dreams course. That's why here's how you interpret your dream. We're training people, how do you hear from God on a governmental level, and and you're able to discern what God is saying on a national scale. And I believe that these dreams, especially this first one, is just the idea, like Neil said, of the king of Aram. He's going to put you in rooms, and he's going to show you things that you're going to need a level of discernment to discern what he's saying, but he's definitely giving you a seer gift, and it's up to you to cultivate that gift.
Okay.
But awesome dream. I look forward to seeing the one that you're going to send us to.
Okay. All right. Just send it to that email, correct?
Yep. Dreamlifedecoded@gmail.com.